So this is the code for lesson 54's, having each pixel on the NeoPixel strip be at a different point on the color wheel, so it always looks like a rainbow as each pixel cycles through all the different colors in the rainbow. So the code's very similar to the last lesson. Set up the NeoPixel. Here's our function to set the RGB levels. And then for the in the while true loop, there's an additional for loop. So there's the first for loop that cycles from 0 to 359, and then in that there's a second for loop where with that I calculate an offset, which is the counter that goes from 0 to 7 in this for loop. Multiply that by 45 to get the each pixel being 45 degrees off, and then the angle is I, so where we are for in the overall loop, plus the offset, and then use the modulo of 360 modulus, I guess that is. I'm not sure exactly how to say it, but basically the remainder after divided by 360, and then send that number for each time through the loop, send that to the function to get the RGB, and set that to that pixel wherever we are in that loop's counter color. And then once you get through that entire for loop, so all the colors have been assigned to their pixel, write it to the NeoPixel strip, sleep, and then head back for the next time through both for loops. Hope that made sense. It took me a little while to figure out how to do it, because originally I had thought just add 45 at each level, but then you quickly go over 360 and it became a nightmare to try to figure out where everybody should be. And then I remembered that we often use this, and it worked just terrific. So like I said, once I figured it out, or once it was very easy, but it took a little while to figure out the logic here. So this is lesson 54's assignment in operation. It's to have each pixel cycling through the color wheel, but at a different stage than the other pixels. So it always looks like a rainbow, but the pixels are always changing color as they each cycle through the color wheel. So actually they're set to be 45 degrees apart on the color wheel at all times, and I'll show you the code for that. But as you can see, each pixel is continuously changing color, and there's always a rainbow on the NeoPixel strip. It worked out pretty cool, and once I figured out how to do it, it was pretty simple.